this network.
Scots and Soul.
Build this network on Scots with Soul. Yo, folks, what's happening? And welcome back to the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast. This week we have another newcomer with us. We have ScottishRabbi in the top corner. Welcome, dude. We have Tickles returning from last week, unfortunately. Hello. Even though he's my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Welcome back, Tickles. And we have my co-host, SMViper. How are we doing, boys and girls? We'll start with ScottishRabbi. How have you been, San? Welcome to the podcast. And what have you been up to in your channel this week?
I have been playing some of the Athem demo and then the usual nonsense of some Black Ops. But life is good. I'm in Texas, so life is good in Texas. It's warm today. It's warm today, degrees, which is like 22 Celsius, I think, or something like that.
There's fucking snow on the ground outside, and my heating it's no working properly. It's off for 6 hours, and then it comes on sometimes, and you're sitting here like that, and then you're sitting like, oh, the clothes off, it's roasting. Oh my god, I'd love to be in Texas right now. But
we have plenty of warm weather, so I'm just coming. I wouldn't
like to be there.
Tickles, how are you, San? What have you been up to this week?
I'm really hungover. I'm really tired.
He's just a burst man. He's just a burst man.
Right now, I feel like I have been beaten up by like at least 3 or 4 people. Like, but I'm good. Stream's been going well, you know.
Hold on, 3 or 4? I sent 7.
Means he got through 3 of them.
I know. But yeah, not much. Just the usual, like just stewing away. Tried the Anthem demo as well.
Raging a bit Rings of Elysium.
I still don't Thank you very much for reminding me about that. For no reason whatsoever, Ring of Elysium took up the entirety of my fucking bandwidth.
And so attention span.
And my attention span for a solid hour. I reset my fucking router 3 times. And I was like, what the fuck is the problem here? And it was as soon as I started Ring of Elysium, my connection dropped to 0. And then as soon as I quit the game, it was fine. I was like, alright, I'll play PUBG.
That's weird how it hogs the upload like that, but ain't it? Why does it do that?
I don't know, but that's the one and only time I've ever seen anything like that happen. And I streamed it yesterday and it was fine. It's not like I have a shit like connection either. I've got like 20 megabytes upload speed, man. So like, how can a game take up that much upload? It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Viper, we'll switch to you. How are you tiny wee man?
2 seconds. I'm updating the title you forgot to change.
I was just going to do that, right? Okay, well, he's doing that. I'll tell you what I've been up to this weekend. What I've been up to this week is playing a lot of Resident Evil. I've been trying to unlock all the cool stuff in Resident Evil, right? And I was like, yes, done it, done the hardcore run, got an S rank, we're getting it, unlimited fucking minigun bullets to play the game through. And it turns out that I had my times wrong. It's 2.5 hours you need to do it in, not 3.5 hours. I'd done it 2 hours 40. Oh, I was raging, man. Fucking raging. It was so annoying last night, so we're going to have to try that again. And we're going to have to fucking suffer through the hardcore playthroughs. But first topic this week is we're going to talk about the games that are free on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. The games for PlayStation 4 are For Honor and Hitman Complete First Series. Xbox is Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. I think that's like a Castlevania sort of game. Super Bomberman R, WRC6, and Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's quite a decent wee list of
Which
games
one's
there,
Rogue
man.
again?
Assassin's Creed Rogue. It's Xbox.
Is that the side-scroller one?
I don't know. I've never really played the Assassin's Creed games. I was hoping man used them.
No, me either. No.
But see, the one thing that if you still own a PlayStation 3, Metal Gear Solid 4 is free this month on PlayStation 3. Metal Gear fucking...
What was that? Well, that was on PlayStation?
PlayStation 3, Metal Gear Solid 4 is on. PlayStation...
So, does anyone know if PlayStation do backwards compatible stuff, don't they?
Yes, the not your PlayStation 3 discs won't work in your PlayStation 4, but they've put PlayStation 3 games up for download on PlayStation 4. But
does that mean you'll get it on PlayStation 4 as well?
The reason Metal Gear Solid 4 is only on PlayStation 3 is because it can't run on any other system. That's why it's never ever been out. It's never been out for PC. It's never been out for anything else. It's only ever been PlayStation 3. It can't run for any other system. It was designed specifically for PlayStation 3 architecture.
Thanks, Sony.
It's the only console you can get it on. It's
Real
weird.
Metal Gear for you kids.
I'm gonna. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and get an emulator right now, play it on PC right now, and show you that it can be done.
Have you played Metal Gear Solid 4, Rabbi? Have you played any of the Metal Gear games?
I played Metal Gear Solid 4, yes, and then on PlayStation 1, Metal Gear Solid, which was
It's
that,
my
2?
Is that
favourite
Solid
gaming
Snake?
series.
Or that was
Solid-
Solid. That was number 2, wasn't it?
1990, yeah, number two.
98
Yeah.
was
You get
Metal
this-
Gear Solid 1. 2000 was Metal Gear Solid 2. 2001, sorry. It was all Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid 2 was Solid Snake, and you were riding for most of it, but Solid Snake was in it. And Metal Gear Solid 4 is the end of the Solid Snake arc. It gives you, it's one of those, most games will leave an open end. Your character survives and you don't know what happened to him, so they can do a sequel. Well, the way Kojima and his development team was, they were like, we don't want to make another fucking one of these games, so we're killing the character off.
He's going to fight with his fist. His old fist.
And then the Metal Gear community was like, right, okay, you've killed Solid Snake, but what about Big Boss? You didn't finish his story. And then they made Metal Gear Solid 5. They couldn't escape making more games for it. But I highly...
You said that I still had my grapes.
You did. I took them off. So it's your grapes are... Oh, no, in fact, I took your grapes off in here as well, didn't I? Aye, I took everything off so as I can do stuff on the fly and personalise it for this week. You've not got your
Thanks.
grapes. Do you want your...
to apologise
do you want
right
your
now
grapes
I want my
back,
fucking
Tickles?
grapes.
Right, okay. Viper, what do you want to apologise for?
that this is kind of part mukbang, but basically I ordered a Chinese at about half 7. Imagine it to be here for about 8 o'clock. It didn't arrive till about 22, so
It's alright. However, I disapprove that you're not using chopsticks.
it's because the one I go to, they basically put that much fucking sauce on the noodles, it's impossible to use chopsticks.
There you go, Tickles. You've got grapes. Would
Thank
you like
you.
a background Scottish Rabbi?
Let me look at it. I was just trying to get over there.
Let's get him.
What's
Let's
the
get him.
grapes?
Let's get him an eagle. Let's get him a tank, and let's get him a wall.
But this question is specifically for you, Tickles, my best friend in the whole wide world.
What was
Does
it?
Bruno Mars is gay?
I was gonna say that. You ruined my fucking.
Include it in the podcast, he says. Include it in the podcast, he says.
Right,
Ask me
someone
on the podcast,
explain
he
this.
says.
What is this?
It's...
Right.
Okay,
Can I
take
do
away.
it? You've already
Yes.
stolen my fucking.
Take
right.
it away.
Can I pretend that you didn't say it and start it like I imagined it was gonna start?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
rewind, right? I'll do the
Right,
sound
rewind
effects.
Thank
Right, there you go.
Right, gentlemen. Last week, we solved world hunger and a pest problem in one conversation. One conversation, we sorted it out. This week, however, we have something else entirely. Something that we have to mull over in our combined mentality. All right. Stop laughing. I'm being serious. This is the question that we have to try and figure out. Does Bruno Mars is gay? I don't know.
Does Tickles do a grammar?
It's such a
that made
broken
sense.
question. It's such a
I know.
broken question, man. Like,
Does Bruno Mars is gay though? I don't
Wait,
know.
my first question is who came up with said question?
Right.
does matter if
How-
Bruno Mars is gay? There's the
But it
real
doesn't
question.
matter because it's the sentence that's really kicked things off right now. It doesn't. Nobody cares about Bruno Mars or whether he's gay. It's just who made this and why. But like, it was originally a real news headline.
I think it's somebody just asking if Bruno Mars is gay, but with
No, it was
with a
actually just
rudimentary understanding of English. Do you know what I mean? Like
Look it up.
somebody
It was
from
a news
Eastern
headline.
Europe. Wait, but who was the guy? Do we know who coined it? Do we know the guy's name? Who coined the phrase?
My mate Serena, she got the entire news headline up on stream yesterday and then read it. So yeah, pretty sure.
Right, cool. I'll need to open up my Google and
And that was the headline. Does Bruno
That
Mars
was
gay?
so that was actually the headline. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
I am on 2 screens right now.
Sorry,
Does
I was
gay.
bringing up Google. Right, cool. Does Bruno Mars is gay? I should have, in fact. Yeah, how did he
This
have it?
started when I said, "Does Mr. Tickles is asshole?" and delved into Game Grumps memes.
People don't realise this, but a lot of different people are mean to Mr. Tickles.
It's true.
I'm not as mean to Mr. Tickles off stream. Just on stream, I need to assert my dominance.
I don't think it works though.
I think it does. I've got a red wall. Red is anger. Red is power. You have grapes. grapes is Bucky, which is also a good thing.
I'm still missing the part where you're dominant here. Like,
The fact that I am all red, therefore I am all power.
right.
Also,
Like Valentine's Day.
yes,
Right.
100%. I take all the money for no reason. Actually, whilst he's trying to find this, can I quickly just say, what's the fucking point in Valentine's Day? Like, I understand, like, Christmas came from a big, like, you know, pagan holiday. You know, other holidays came from other holidays. Where did Valentine's Day come from?
I think from my point of view, being a married man, it's the one time a year that you can pretty much guarantee you're probably going to have sex.
That's it, though.
Somebody at some point, it was like, I'm not having sex. I need a day that is specifically for this.
And for all those that aren't having sex,
but no, it gives them the opportunity. It's like, I'm going to buy lots of flowers or grapes for people that love grapes. And like, try to sex them, you know?
to sex them.
Yeah.
I really wish I had like some flowers and grapes here. Well, Mr. Tickles. I'm sorry, but I've paid off your wife. I'm coming over.
Some grapes. Happy Valentine's Day.
I can't find the original article, man. I can just find hundreds of stuff that sources the original article, and then it takes you to a page where it's not the original article when you click the link. That's very useful. Thanks for that, internet.
You can turn grapes into anything.
You
Like
can,
man.
You can operate on them.
The monks at Buckfast Abbey add grapes with toenails and make Buckfast wine, and it's a delicacy in Scotland. People like
toenails.
Yes, toenails.
Yeah.
Toenails. That's how they make it. They stand on the grapes and their toenails just fall off into it, and that's what they call the bottom. Like they'd see the wee, when there's a tiny wee bit left in the bottle. That's what people call it, the toenails. It's fucking disgusting. There's no actual.
I'm hungover and feeling sick, and that's just making me want to throw up, right?
There's no actual toenails in it, and that's just it's
It's
an urban legend.
Fucking hell. Hey, Cyclops.
But I was also told that MD 2020 was made by monks. I don't believe that one.
I don't know that. It says made in USA for MD 2020 on the bottle, so.
Right,
It's
do
an
you know what
American
MD
wine.
2020 is?
Mad Dog 2020 tastes
Yeah.
horrible.
Is that what it is? It's called
Yeah.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, it's Mad Dog.
Yeah,
Mad Dog.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's what it's called over here as well. I like to call it melted plastic. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it tastes like. It tastes like you're drinking liquid plastic.
Yeah,
It's disgusting.
It's not good. That's bad.
If we're talking about beverages right now, has anyone tried the Scottish beer company called Brewdog? Any of their stuff?
Yes, Brewdog's fantastic.
All right. Do you know how, like, you just said that? I really hope that you wouldn't, because I hate it. I think it's awful.
Oh no, like the way I see it, right, is IPAs are an acquired taste. That's just how I see it. Like,
Yeah, that's true, actually.
people either like love like IPAs or they hate IPAs, and I do love an IPA. And Brewdog is very good. However, it's very heavy. I can't sit there and drink 2 or 3 cans of Brewdog. I can have like maybe half a pint tops before I'm like.
Is that not the same with all beer though? Because that's how I feel with like lager and beers.
No, but with
I can drink a lot of beer.
I get dead gassy about 3 pints and I'm like, I need to switch to a spirit or something, man.
the thing is that's my thing as well though, is that I don't actually drink that much beer. I'll drink maybe half a pint and then I'll go, cool, where's my rum and coke?
Aye.
Like,
No one cares about
Good
what you
sense.
think, because your platform is literally a bowl from grapes. Like, who is this guy?
That's madcap.
Is he like one of those nobodies that I hear so much about?
Yes.
he's from Newcastle.
Oh, he's from Newcastle, so he doesn't matter, you mean? Okay,
Madcap's
okay,
not
no
from
worries.
Newcastle. Are you from Newcastle, Madcap? You a Geordie?
I'm sure he's from Newcastle, but he moved to Scotland.
No, I'm sure he's not a Geordie. He's not a Geordie. But aye, we're gonna watch something just real quick because it's hella funny, right? So this is Resident Evil with facial expressions turned up to 500%, courtesy of DOP 23.
Just saying, by the way, it feels so refreshing to actually know what people are talking about in games now.
So it goes underground.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's it. That's
No,
our
really.
way out. Lieutenant Branna!
I'll tell you after we watched it.
It's so creepy, man.
It is. That's fucked up.
Hello there, Mr. Rabbi. Would you like some flowers and chocolate?
I need to get you to a hospital right now.
Look, he's ice, man.
I actually can't watch that. That's fucking mental.
It's like 5 a.m. at a college party. Come on, man. We need more alcohol.
Mate, that wasn't gear.
Nah.
Tried, Leon.
No.
See if you click a wee bit forward into it, right? They go through the cutscene again,
right
and
there.
Marvin goes through like all sorts of contortions. Like, watch it for this point, right?
That wasn't gear.
There was some meth going on in this video. There's the Resident Evil meth.
The gun.
Resident Evil 8 is actually in a trap.
It's like the guns having a conversation.
I can't remember what, but there was there's like some weird like videos and where the guns are actually the characters, and it's just a lie. I think it was one of the Family Guy episodes. It's just one guy pointing the gun, and then the gun just turns around and he's like, "What are you doing? I've had enough of you telling me what to do, and you stay right there." And it's just this floating gun going about, going ready to shoot people, and then afterwards it's just like a handcuff hanging off the end of the gun.
I couldn't help but include that in the podcast. I couldn't help it, man. It's too good. But
And
also,
in terms of what I was saying earlier as well.
Oh yeah.
Put it this way, right? When did you say Metal Gear was released?
Which one?
but
the first
one
one.
now.
1998.
The first one was released in 1986.
1986.
Nintendo, right?
86.
1986.
86. Oh right. Well,
It was-
when was? What,
It was
what
for
one
the
in 1988?
MSX.
What one was released for in 1988 then?
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Metal Gear Solid, right? Metal Gear Solid 1, right? Was released in 1998, right? I was born in 1998.
I was 7.
I was 10.
like, now,
I was
I was 10.
Were you-
11.
so you were just going into high school.
I think so.
88. Yeah.
But yeah, like we'll put it that way, right?
Wait a minute, I'm
And
gonna try this.
He
I've
missed,
said
he
it
missed
in,
so much of the golden age of gaming, didn't he, man? The 90s was so
Yeah,
good for gaming, man.
and I'm just really happy now with the fact that because like getting back into it, like people have been seeing on my streams lately. I've been playing Resident Evil for the first time, and I've been fucking loving it. Like I'm like, oh, it's just so fun. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's fun.
See, on that, I've got another bit of a subject that's just a great bridge. See, on that subject, IndiScots are taking part in Game Blast 19. It's for a great charity. It's for people with disabilities that struggle to use controllers or normal peripherals. Here's a wee video of a guy called Will, who's actually been and took part in stuff like that, and he's getting back into gaming thanks to special effect.
My name's Will. I'm a C4 tetraplegic following a cycling accident in July 2012. I got back into gaming in 2013 when I found out about special effect. The first time I came, I really didn't know what to expect. I've been playing a lot of games prior to my accident, and of that, FIFA was one of the main games I had played, and literally within half an hour we had the shoulder switches and had FIFA set up. I've got movement of the shoulders, but limited hand movement. So I've got 2 shoulder switches. They can be set up for whichever trigger button you need them for. For example, you've got X on one shoulder, circle on the other. So for FIFA that's 2 button modes, and chin control, like the one I use for my chair, on the analog stick to control the ball. I was quite fortunate that after I'd been to visit Special Effect the first time, I took all the equipment home with me, and it gave me a couple of months to actually get to grips with, whether it's something that I was going to enjoy and something that was going to be suitable for my needs, and it certainly was. And then I got the links to purchasing the right equipment. Games are another aspect of the life that I had prior to my accident, and a real social occasion. Great to be competitive with friends or just to pass time myself. When I was in hospital, I was seeking advice as to what would still be possible, and I had been told that I wouldn't be able to play games like FIFA again. I'm just really grateful I managed to find out about Special Effect, that I've had this opportunity to get back into gaming, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without Special Effect, and I would recommend it to anyone else in a similar position.
There you go, guys. It's a great charity, as you can see, man. It's for a
That's
great
awesome.
cause. It's for a great cause. We're going to be taking part in that. It's from the 22nd of February, Friday the 22nd, Saturday the 23rd, and Sunday the 24th. We've only got a £100 total as our goal. We should be able to do that, and hopefully we can expand it and at least double it to £200. I know I'm going to be doing at least 20 quid to it, so that's a fucking almost a quarter of it straight away. But
if I'm right as well, didn't you say you were going to play Metal Gear Survive?
I'm going to be playing Metal Gear Survive. It's been. I'm doing it for the kids, man. I'm doing it for the kids. But it's one of those games that I've tried to avoid. But if it's for charity, I'll play it. It'll be a good laugh. Let's have some fun. Aye.
I've still not decided what I'm going to do for it yet.
Like I say, on the 23rd, we'll be doing a normal relay. We do a relay every month. The only difference, bits don't count. It's only going to be donations that count. I don't know how to get bits to actually count. I suppose whatever we make on those days, we could just put to it.
Redonate in his bits.
Redonate in his bits or whatever.
The thing is though, if it's bits, people are going to be paying more.
Yeah.
Because of the tax or whatever the fuck it is that Twitch does on shit. And as well as that, you'd have to half it, and then, that would just make it totally messy.
But I'm thinking, like, why the reason Cyclops is asking is maybe he's like, shit, I just put my spare money into Twitch bits. I don't have anything to donate. Do you know what I mean? There might be people that are like that.
Right, isn't 100 bits £1?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
We can figure something out.
We can totally figure something out. But
match it up to 500 bits or something.
Like I say, on the 23rd we'll be doing a normal relay, 2 hours a piece. It's 12 hours as it stands. If we can extend that by any, like, as much as we can, if we can get it up to 24 hours on the Saturday, I'm more than willing to do that. Or Chuck was in the Discord today saying that's the day that Anthem releases, is the 22nd, is the Friday. So you could get people doing like a relay for Anthem that night, getting drinking streams or whatever going. We could
what date is it on again? Sorry?
The 22nd is the Friday, the 23rd is the Saturday, that's the relay, the 23rd. And then the Sunday, we're going to do the podcast as well for Special Effect. We're going to extend the podcast, and I'm going to hopefully do multiple guests, do you know what I mean? Like half an hour with a few people, and then say, right, okay, that's like, we're getting another guest on, thanks for joining us. And we'll try and bring the podcast to be a wee bit longer, because that weekend should be really good.
I mean, the thing is as well, though, is we're doing this relay thing, and everyone's taking 2 hours a piece for this thing, yeah?
Yep.
But the thing is, though, like, the last time we done this, like, last week, I streamed for, like, 8 or 9 hours anyway. So during that entire time, if you give me the link, that...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Definitely.
All my donations that day will just go towards it.
Yeah,
so
of
it's 8 or 9 hour stream from my point.
And like Tickles has just said, he's going to be streaming for longer than his 2 hour burst during the relay. If you want to do that as well, feel free to. You'll get the raid at the start of your slot and do the raid at the end of your slot. Tickles, you're the final guy, so there's no raid required at the end of your one. But that's the way we do the relay. It's really nice to get people running about. The last one was a wee bit. There was a few roadblocks in that in the last one, glitches and stuff like that. People disconnecting.
I think we're gonna have to make it so as it doesn't lose momentum and it continues to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah,
and that would definitely help things.
Speaking of Anthem, though, Rabbi, you're the one that's only played Anthem here, haven't you? Because
Fuck you, I played it. I said it.
Oh, you played it as well? Oh, sorry, I never heard you say you played it.
I exist, Viper, okay?
Sorry, I only see grapes.
Big luscious grapes.
It was grapes at first sight.
But how is Anthem? Like, because the demo was this weekend. It's a 2-day demo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickles, what platform did you play it on?
PC.
Okay, I played it on PlayStation 4. So I didn't try last weekend because I didn't spend money, but I got to try it this weekend. It was fun, but I was confused as Hades for half the game. And I used to play Destiny 1, Destiny 2, and I just got tired of the constant grind. I can see this being grind
Wait,
in a new.
do you play
universe.
Destiny 2 on PlayStation 4?
I play it on
here
Xbox.
we
One.
go.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
hell.
Almost had a clan recruit. Sorry, Rabbi. Continue, sir.
No, it's all right. Perfect. But so I like the shooting in Destiny and everything. I like shooting this game, but I'm not gonna buy it day one. I'm not gonna spend that money. I'm gonna
It's
see
going to
what
be
happens
half
with it
price in
first.
July. Remember that?
Yeah, I'll get the year one edition with all the DLC and just. But it looks like promising, but I don't trust it yet.
I've pre-ordered it,
Okay.
and I never do that.
That explains a lot.
I never ever
you have it on
pre-order games.
PC,
I just
so
don't
maybe.
because most of the time you know it's gonna be shit. But like in the first, I was actually in the VIP demo the week before, like last week, and as much as it fucked up and as many server issues and glitches and everything like that, it was still really, really enjoyable. And like
It does look as if, for all its problems, you're right with that. Like, I don't want to play it because I'm playing Resident Evil and stuff to know, right? But see, if I had to get a shot at Anthem, I'd probably be going, wee, zoom,
Yeah, yeah.
It does look
I was
really
doing
fun.
that right before you called me. I was playing it. I finally figured out how to play this Stormcaster or whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'm
Stormcast?
basically just a helicopter.
yeah,
So-
pretty much.
Stormcast.
The thing is as well though is you can actually get Anthem even now for like £30. So it, like you can buy it for like £50-60 if you want, or you can get it for £30 off of CD keys. That's what I used. 30 quid. And that's for a new game. And
It's
the
also
thing
made
is
that-
as well though is one of the things that what's one of the things that people complain about on Destiny the most?
Shit DLCs and no enough of them.
Okay, apart from that, the PvP part I meant.
Oh, broken
People-
guns.
Yeah, broken guns.
Oh, okay.
It's completely unbalanced. And all this other shit, right? At the moment,
What? Nerf to Leicester. Fucking.
it's like shut the fuck up. I love Destiny, and I don't think it's unbalanced at all. No, like the thing is though, they're not actually going to be doing any PvP stuff at launch. So we don't even know if they're going to be doing PvP at all in the future. So, but the thing is though, that gives them plenty of time to make sure things are balanced before they go into that deep abyss of problems. So
So how long is the beta actually out for, or this demo? How long are you getting
It
to play this
is today.
yeah, the VIP one last week was from Friday until Sunday at midnight, and it's the same thing for this week as well.
for? Right, okay. So
One
when
of the
and the
big-
game's out the 22nd, ain't it? I'd say that.
22nd, yeah. Or if you have the premium thing, or play it a week early, so you can play it for an entire week early. But that costs like 15 quid to play a game a week early. It's like, no, I'll wait. Thanks.
Aye,
though.
thank you. Mm-hmm.
The-
If you're sitting there,
Yeah.
spent 15 quid extra, and you're like, oh, my friends didn't spend £15 now, I'm just going to have to leave the game sitting there until my friends get it.
The one thing that I'll say, whoever is going to be playing it on PC, like, I've got a pretty good PC, and my CPU was running at 100%. I had to put all the graphic settings down to low. And I mean, it still looked amazing. It still looked absolutely amazing. You wouldn't even think it was on a low. But my CPU was at 100%. And I had to even reduce my frames per second on OBS from 60 down to 48 frames per second, which I've never had to do with any game, ever.
It's
Like,
weird that it down to 48, but you're taking 1 frame per second off every
No,
time.
you have choices 60, 48, and then 30.
Right, okay.
So I was trying to just get the best for what I could do.
I had just this image in my mind of Tickle sitting there like that, right, 60, 59 frames per second, no, still doing it. 58 frames per second, no, still doing it. 57,
kind
this
of.
is annoying the fuck out of me.
Well, I mean, it was really annoying. But there's the combinations and all that stuff, just amazing as well. Like you can build yourselves as a different. You can build a different javelin for different situations. So you can go more of a support class, more of a damage class, a nuker, or damage over time, and things like that. I think it's gonna be a really great game.
It
See,
does,
my
it looks as if
problem-
it's got potential. It does look as if it's got potential. But see, for me right now, I don't have the time, right? Because see, another one of the subjects we're going to talk about later is Resident Evil 2 is getting DLCs, free DLCs. They're not going to cost you anything. New characters to play on the 15th of February. And on the 14th of February, Civ 6 comes out. and I've no finished playing Resident Evil 2 yet, and I've still got stuff in Destiny to do. So see, throwing Anthem in that mix? No, fuck that. That's the reason I'm not playing it, do you know what I mean?
This is great. My game doesn't come out to May. I'm sorted. Like, I'm just like, alright, you guys do what you want.
What are you waiting on?
Rage.
Rage 2?
Rage 2 comes out May 14th. And actually, you know, speaking about DLCs and, you know, like playing 2 weeks early and stuff, I was thinking, because I was looking at some of like the deluxe edition bonuses you get for Rage 2. One of them is you get the BFG from Doom, which is really cool. But other things, you get a specific...
The big fucking gimp.
Aye.
I'm gonna go get ya. Here we come.
I'm not going to be rude and interrupt him.
I'm going to murder.
Yeah. But like, was
Go
it Red Dead Redemption that done this as well? That if you bought the deluxe edition or if you pre-ordered, you got a mission that no one else got. And I think we've spoken about this podcast before, but I don't think that's fair. And that's coming from someone that will buy the deluxe edition because I fucking love Rage. Like, and also Bethesda, I think, can literally just go into my wallet and take whatever the fuck they want whenever they want.
Because it looks that way because he bought a fucking pre-ordered Fallout 76.
Well, let's just say, right? Well, I'm just saying. Well, let's have a look.
Mistakes were made.
What else is coming out? What else is coming out in 2 weeks' time? Is having a beta, or a open beta, where they host it open for 2 days for pre-orders and the VIP packages.
I don't know. Tell us.
I'm waiting for the fall of Anthem. I was saying about Anthem as well. For me, it just looks too much like Warframe.
And Warframe's free.
Yeah.
I've been told that
Warframe,
the
but
grind
with
in
Marvel.
Warframe is
Oh, the
insane.
grind's fucking horrible, but if you're okay with doing that much grinding, then...
Well,
it is fun, though. It's like, here, have some space wings. Go about space with a sword. Yes, do it.
No.
Yeah, and Anthem felt like, I'm going to be Tony Stark for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Can you put, like,
So many
rockets and
people
stuff on your
painted their
javelins and
character like
Yeah,
Iron
You
Man.
already have rockets on your javelin.
You have like 3 different weapons and skills. So it's pretty cool.
You literally get into the game and you're immediately able to fly. You get items to increase your airtime and things like that, but yeah.
Is this
When I
for
got
some...
to about level 14 is when I really started to enjoy it because I got the weapons I wanted. Because I started running with a scout rifle and a LMG, and that combination worked out really well.
Yeah. Because you got the close range and the long range.
I hope
Precision
somebody
and
goes in
brain
and just starts like blading shoot to thrill. Because then, so, like that, this basically, oh look, so Marvel made a game about Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that, like, when I streamed it, was it last night or the night before? I don't know. Like, my community on Twitch started just requesting Iron Man songs, like the AC/DC song from the first film. And it was awesome. It actually felt awesome to fly
cool.
around.
Watching him when he
Iron
first
Man
turned
and
Anthem
Happnin.
on was like watching a kid at Christmas. He's like, "Wee, this is so fun, look at me."
I got that same feeling with Warframe though when I first started playing it. Like I was like, oh, jump, slide, jump, slide. It's like Halo except third person and fun.
That's one thing I do like about Anthem over Destiny, and it's because it's a change of pace. And Division had this, but I like the third person, the open world loot in third person, because that allows me to see more of the world. So that's one thing I do like, especially with flying as well. I could not imagine flying first person. I was already slamming into the wall every 5 seconds anyway. Let's not make this worse, where it's just like
there are some games you cannot play in first person.
Yeah.
Like you get like Steep as a first person mode via GoPro, and that it's fun if you can do it, but when you start falling, you're having a seizure. Like, I'm sorry, you're having a seizure. It just goes snow, sky, snow, sky. And same with like I don't know about it, but Grand Theft Auto 5. Like the first person was cool, but it just didn't feel right playing it in first person. I was like, no, I want to see the back of my character's head when he gets arrested.
I do prefer first person games to third person games though, man. I really do.
I like it having given you the option. So I like it that it's third person, but it would be so cool if they gave you the option to play in first person too.
Yeah, like And in Destiny 2, those moments where you go into the third person, like, this looks really cool this way. I wish you could toggle between the two, and not
Yeah.
just when you're holding the sword or whatever the case.
Yeah,
fact, Grand
you
Theft Auto
remember you
5
can
does,
toggle
yeah, you were
between the
just
two.
It
of
does.
them.
It gives you a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can toggle between the third person mode and by using emotes in Destiny. So you can run up to a corner and dance at a corner. It goes into third person mode and you can see round the corner and bait country and move your shotgun.
I do the
Just like
same in
dance
Overwatch.
Yeah.
I love doing that in Overwatch. Is that I'll go right up next to the spawn and I'll do the lie down emote. So I'm just like, and they'll just run past me and I'm like, hey.
All these folk complaining about motion sickness. Actually, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Like, you always get somebody that's unhappy about something will complain about it. So in this case, like, you would actually get people that are like, oh, I'm gonna try this in virtual reality, and then they just throw up. and then they
Wait,
try to
Anthem
sue.
has VR?
No.
Fuck
But if it did,
Oh, right.
and flying around,
I was
there
like,
would
hold
be
on,
people
that's a
complaining
fucking
because they have
game
motion
changer there.
sickness.
This.
You're
People
very
complain about
unwilling
fucking
to
everything, you
step
know that.
into-
Yeah. But like,
smells horrible.
you know what's weird though? Like, see, when I think about games about flying and VR and everything, there was a little side. It wasn't a full Call of Duty game, but I think it was called Call of Duty Jackal or something.
Oh, that's
And-
the one where you're in space.
Yeah, and the way you like fired is you aimed with your head. That was cool. That was really cool. And I could just imagine like a VR game where you are in like the javelin or something, right? And you control where your controller. Oh wait, no, there is. It's called Rigs. I forgot about that. No, continue. Never mind. I just remembered it's called Rigs.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Riggs was really fun, but it also Riggs died because there wasn't a lot of people playing it. It lost all its support and it knew all its
I think it's because
multiplayer
like,
servers are all dead and you can't play it online anymore.
I think it's because it was so different though. Like I gave Riggs a shot when I was out with my mates, and it's that massive learning curve of learning how to like not use one stick to turn,
Aye.
and it's you looking about.
Like, see playing Riggs, it really felt like it was a dinosaur simulator. You felt like a T-Rex walking about with your head first. That's what it felt like to me, man. Like, it was good, but at the same time, like you say, Viper, the learning curve was so hard that 9 times out of 10 you were in an online game and you're playing against bots because there's nobody else there because they find it too hard. So the game died. Unlucky, but they had to try it, didn't they? Got to try things to fucking see them fail or succeed.
I think you saying that. I think that like companies, especially Blizzard. I think Blizzard's probably the most
Movie,
guilty
man.
company for doing this. They make their games too accessible by making
Oh,
them
hell yeah.
too easy, and
Yeah.
then like every single idiot in existence is under the impression that they're pro as fuck at the game.
It's the same as Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like Fortnite or Overwatch or fucking
Move.
you know, any of these games. And like they've made it so accessible that any idiot can just be like, I'm pro as fuck. And then because there's actual good people that are mixed with these other idiots, it brings the whole community down.
Yeah.
People, and I hate Overwatch. I think it's a great game, but I hate it because people are fucking dumb. They're fucking dumb, and you can't get a good team because nobody understands. You need to have like a tank and a healer and all this stuff.
You need to have synergy in your team, and you need to work together. You can't just go charging in there going, "Ha ha! I am Reinhardt."
How many times have you been?
How else you gonna get the
and
fucking
entire,
big kill cam
Your
though?
entire team goes DPS. You're just
Oh,
like,
man.
what are you thinking?
They're all
What are you
thinking
thinking?
end cam. Big fucking what's
That
it
wouldn't
called?
be so
Play the game.
Play the game.
today.
Aye, that's
Yeah.
that's all everybody's thinking is play the game. But you've got to remember, his fucking ego dictates in most people's mind. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? So it's not about team play. It's about them being the guy at the top of the fucking board. And the best way to do that usually is DPS character.
Yeah, but because the way I think about it as well, though, like if I compare Overwatch in terms to Counter Strike, right? Now it's weird. I don't like Counter Strike just from I find that a bit boring. It's just this one thing, and Overwatch gives me something else to do. Plus, I only really play Mystery Heroes when I'm playing Overwatch. But when it comes to like Counter Strike and the top teams, everyone says the top team in Counter Strike is Cloud9, right? I'll tell you right now, I cannot name a single member of Cloud9, but I know about Cloud9, the team. Why? Because they work together. It's not about, oh, here comes
Did you? Aye.
Bossack from Cloud9. Oh, look, he's killed everybody. Let's go, Bossack. You know, at the end of the day, they're chanting Cloud9, and I think that's what fucking these other games need as well. Like with even in the pro pro seasons of Overwatch, they're not talking about, oh, here comes Soul Dynasty. Soul Dynasty have done this. It's going, oh, look, it's Dallas. It's Dallas Fuel. Oh, here comes Seagull, their player. Oh, here comes Seagull. And I'm like, cool. There's 5 other players on the team as well.
But they don't care about those 500 players. That's the thing.
I don't know. I like. That's one of the things. Like, they've done the same thing with Heroes of the Storm, actually.
Mm.
In fact, recently in the past week, I had some fallout with somebody on the IndiScots Discord because somebody was like, "Heroes of the Storm's better than Dota 2," and I'm like, "All right, cool, no worries. Is that possibly? Is it their community? No, because they don't have a community. Do you know why? Because
they don't have a game anymore.
You don't want to. Is it the eSports scene? Because that was getting really sold to everyone. Oh wait, no, they stopped that too. Do you know why? Because the game's shit. But like, that's the thing though. Blizzard have this really brilliant way of making games ridiculously easy, and it makes all the idiots out there think that they're good at them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But whereas you've got Steam actually, on the other hand, you got Steam who do Dota 2, which is the
I'm
most
pure sitting there
difficult.
like, I'm good at this game.
Exactly. But the thing is, though, Steam
Get good, scrub.
Steam make really difficult games, but they've got this really great way of making them not mind breaking. Like Dota 2 or the recent card game called Artifact, which kind of died. But again, though, it's an amazing game, and it's so much more intricate than Hearthstone.
Is that the one that I've seen you play a few times?
Yeah, I love the game, and I've played Hearthstone for a couple of years now, and I actually prefer Artifact now, just because it's not all the same. Like with Hearthstone, you can guarantee at the moment, if you go into ranked at the moment, you're going to be playing a hunter. That's just a fact, because everyone can play a hunter. But if you go into Artifact, no game is ever the same.
I think that's why I'm enjoying like games like Resident Evil right now. Like I said, I've just jumped into Resident Evil first time, and I'm jumping into the first one, and it's just such a breath of fresh air for me to actually be challenged in a game. Like I'm sitting there going, "Wait, what the fuck do I do?" Whereas like if I could go out and buy name a game that's just coming out, that just came out, generic game that just came out.
RE2.
Okay. Yeah, Black Ops, right? Oh, okay, go in, run, gun, die. Like, okay, no, a challenge. And once you learn, like, same with Fortnite, once you learn where people are coming, and shut up, Vanessa, when I'm just coming, and everybody, let's ignore the whole Witcher thing, okay? Let's ignore that.
To clarify for Rabbi and Tickles who don't know that reference, Viper on the tutorial boss of The Witcher 3.
Anyway, let's talk about something else. Like I was saying,
you get the gist, didn't you?
It's nice to have a game where like mentally I'm challenged. Like it isn't about like how fast I can press buttons.
I just want to make sure that what I just heard was what you just said.
Like
he admitted to being mentally challenged. Yes, it's what happened.
All that always warned me about that playing those video games.
You don't even need to take the piss out of
thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. I'm gonna go in.
You don't need to say shit to him. He just does it all himself.
But while we were talking about RE2, right? RE2 is getting the new DLC, so I said we were going to talk about it. So, free DLC is coming to Resident Evil 2 remake starting in February. Capcom has confirmed the Ghost Survivors is a trio of what-if stories following 3 other survivors of the Raccoon City outbreak. Leon and Claire aren't the only people doing this, doing exciting things amid the zombie apocalypse. So there we go, and it comes out on the 15th of February. 15th of February. I think you're getting to go the shop owner. Capcom has a mixed reputation when it comes to DLC, the Street Fighter series. No. If you're already hungry for another remake, Capcom has announced plans for Resident Evil 3, but the publisher is apparently open to it, speaking to Game Watch via DualShockers. So, DLC coming on the 15th. There's going to be 3 extra characters. I think one of them's the guy that was in the shop. I thought he was going to shoot himself when he was in the shop, to be quite honest. But apparently not. That's a fucking mess.
I was going to say, hi, Steam chat.
Going live.
But I'm really looking forward to that, man. That's it gives me another reason to body swerve Anthem.
Can we just talk about this for a second?
Nope.
No, it's nothing to do with you. It's not all about you. We've seen this already tonight. It's not all about you, right? Has anyone seen? Trust if you Google this, right? It has it's like a timetable for releases for Anthem, and it shows this really difficult release date pattern for PC, Xbox, everything like that, right? And it's just the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. It's like, if you have this and if you've pre-ordered the game already and things like that, then you can play on this date. But not if you have it on this console. But only if you have it on this console, you can play it on this date, and possibly then we're not sure about it. It's like, it's really stupid. Hopefully you can find it. I'm hoping that you can find it.
I think I might have just found it.
Main page.
I might have found just a wee handy wee table. Come on, load up, you can.
I'm just seeing all the clips coming up on chat, and it's making me so sad.
I love it. I love it. I love this podcast. I'm here to stay. I'm here next week.
It's because he's my best friend ever. He just likes spending time with me. That's the
We're
truth.
not friends. We're not friends. We'll never be. Ever.
Just to say what Yaldi was saying as well, all three don't come out on February 15th. If they did, that would be one fucker of a DLC.
Try to explain the options of the demo's early access. Basic gist is the amount of pre-release time fans. PC users can have access to the full game on February 15th if they signed up to EA's pricey Origin Access Premier. What's this?
So that's what it is. It's Origin.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find it.
The same
I
company
can't-
that cancelled every
it
single
keeps-
one of their Star Wars games. Can they just give it back to LucasArts, please? Wait,
There's a wee table on their Twitter,
Charger.
right?
Here
Right.
it is. I've got it. I'll chuck a link up in the
Just,
Discord so you can chuck it.
no, put it in the chat, because that means if you put it in Discord, I'll have to shrink the cameras and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
is LucasArts still a company? Yeah, they are. No, it's
Uh,
just LucasArts Gaming that shut down.
Yeah, it is actually, because somebody I used to know. I don't know if you guys have played it. Is that game called Monkey Island?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were a
I've
huge
heard of it,
fan
I've
of-
played it, yeah.
Yeah, they used to love Monkey Island. They were gonna make a third or fourth game or something like that, but LucasArts, they owned it, and then it obviously went to the new owners, and then they couldn't do it anymore. So then they spent the next couple of years doing it on Kickstarter or something like that. Eventually got enough money and then released it on Steam. Yeah, but that's a whole shit pile of.
Here's the wee
Yeah,
spreadsheet. Is this what you're talking about, Tickles? That wee spreadsheet thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Aye, because look, demo access, right? We've already had that. It was in February the 1st. That was for everything, right? February the 15th is only PC, but that, like you said earlier, Tickles, that's if you pay an extra 15 quid or something, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right, so that one's irrelevant. Don't pay an extra 15 quid to play the game when nobody else is. There's play first trial for 10 hours on February the 15th as well. That's available on Xbox and PC. And then full game on the 22nd for PlayStation, PC and Xbox. Aye,
But
and on
not on
Origin.
EA Access.
Why have they
Wait,
done
so-
this?
And then Origin Access Basic on PC as well. You
I'm
can't
so
play it on-
confused. So when do people...
I fucking told you. Look at it, man.
Wait, so when do people actually get to play the fucking game?
It looks like the 22nd if is for everybody. Do you know what I mean? It's the demo access and the early accesses that's causing the confusion. This bit in the middle here, because this bit and this bit's irrelevant, right? Because the top one covers all three. It covers PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So, in fact, Origin Basic PC. What's the difference between Origin Basic and Origin Access Premier?
Just to say, you know how they brought out the legendary version of the game. You know how
$20
you
a
always
month,
get legendary games at like 80 odd quid or something like that instead of like the basic price. Yeah.
Limited edition. Aye.
Yeah,
perfect.
like that is like the legendary edition. Like you can't. That doesn't give you the ability to play that week early. So even though you've played paid like double, pretty much, you can't play it that week early. You still need to pay the additional £15 to play it that week early, even if you have the legendary edition.
So when does the game actually come out?
22nd.
22nd.
But people can't play it on the 22nd.
People, they have to buy the game. But
Bring the table up again.
yeah, I think.
Oh, I just
We
put it
should.
away. I'll bring it back up.
Like, because from what I saw there, right, it was like, okay, so everyone got access to the. Okay, so if you had it on a set, okay, so if you have it on, we've noticed you're ad blocking.
Yes, and I will continue to do so. So fuck off.
Right, let me see. So, standard pre-order. So if you just pre-ordered the game, you get access to the demo, and then you get the game on February 22nd. Okay. But if you got Legion of Dawn, is that the Legendary Edition?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You get access to the game, but
And the demo that was also open to everyone that didn't even pre-order the game or buy the game. But they don't.
But do you get stuff in the game?
I think you get some.
Do you get cosmetics?
Cosmetic stuff.
I bet you
Okay.
get to
So it's
dance.
nothing important.
Probably get to do something stupid like dance.
Dance.
Aye.
Okay. So, but then you have EA Access, which is
Get a
EA
cool
going,
high five
"Hi,
with your
thanks
friend
for-"
or something, isn't it?
But if you get EA Access, it's going, "Hi, thanks for buying our useless subscription service. You get to play the demo that everyone else got to play, but then you get to play the first trials. You get to play it for 10 hours, but you don't actually get the game. But wait, is it a story-based game? Like, does it have a story?
The most confusing part for me is this part where it says Origin Access PC. It's not out on the 22nd. It is out for Origin Access Premier on the 22nd, and it is out on PC according to the top two as well on the 22nd. So when does it actually come out for PC? Do you have to have Premier? Do you have to spend more money on
If you wanna
Origin
play it-
to fucking play it like fucking Anthem?
If you want to, I'm paying attention to PC only here, right? If you want to play it a week early, you have to pay an additional £15, and it doesn't matter what version of the game you have. Even if you spent like £1,000 fucking pounds on it, you need to additionally spend that £15. That's on the 15th. Then it properly comes out on the 22nd, and that's the same for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Right.
But
Can anybody in
even if
chat confirm what Origin Access Basic is? Because
that's on Xbox, and I don't know if it's on PlayStation actually, but it's when you pay, I think it's like £5 or £10 a month, and it gives you this library of games.
So it's
kind of
basically PlayStation Now and
or
not PlayStation
Xbox
Now,
Game
PlayStation.
Pass.
Right,
Yeah, it's kind of
right.
like that. So it's not included in that. So let's say for example you have the basic thing, and that's like £5 or £10 a month. But then you want to play the game like a week early. You would have to then spend another £15 to upgrade it to play it a week early.
Since when did gaming become more expensive than Warhammer?
I don't know.
I
I don't think-
remember
I
that
don't think
gaming
we
was
should
my
talk about
thing.
it. I
I'm
don't
pretty
think we should talk about it after last week.
Because
Painting be painting.
I'll go and get my daughter. I'll go and get her.
but even then, like I can pay like fucking 100, like I can pay £100 for a massive Imperial Knight, and it like that is just a plastic model that sits on a desk that I painted with my fingers.
You painted. You
And
didn't
then-
use a brush. You finger paint
No,
like a
with
real
my
child.
Comes
When
with
it
your
was
wee
cold.
finger paints.
Yeah,
That
can't
should,
name
be,
my
that should be
finger.
a fucking quote.
I
in
picked them
YouTube.
up now. Look, see, look, they're picked up now.
I painted
See.
them with my fingers.
I
But,
painted them with my fingers.
we're going to
Um,
take a wee sharp left turn at this junction here and ask, how do we feel about Olympics being, or eSports being part of the Olympics?
You spelled Olympics.
What? How do Mate, I'm incompetent when it comes to spelling, right? Where did I might have spelt it wrong. I've lifted.
Y'all watching the Olympics
God.
this year? It was great.
There
Oh
it's.
no.
There it's. Right, cool. Thank you. Right, it's not my fault. I can't spell right.
Do we know what games are going to be in it?
No, it's just purely they're talking about should esports be at the Olympics? The German Olympic Federation's raging that it's even fucking even a thing. Esports does not exist according to them.
Should I go ask Wembley's records then?
Right, I'll read a wee bit. Right, there's been talk over the past year or so about bringing esports to the Olympics in one form or another. The International Olympic Committee held an esports forum last year, and while video game violence is obviously a point of contention, it's not going to keep esports medal events out of this year's Olympic-affiliated Southern Asian Games. Not everyone's in favour of the movement, however, including Alfons Hormann, president of DOSB, the German Olympic Sport Federation. Esports does not exist. Hormann said that and reported by Faz.net, and it will not be included in the Olympic programme. His comment echoes that of Peter Booth, Minister of the Interior, Sports and German state of Hesse, who previously and hilariously compared esports to knitting and playing the recorder, and expressed strong opposition to government supporting for esports programmes. So, you quite clearly know the German stance on it, right?
I don't think it's quite decided.
It's like those
played
seagulls for
recorder
last
in
week.
kindergarten.
So those seagulls for last week, the Germans are 9.
The thing is,
The controller.
The thing is, with I actually know a bit about this because in America, if you play Dota 2 to a certain level, you can get a scholarship to university.
Not just Dota 2.
I only know about Dota here. What?
This I'm pretty sure you can get it for Overwatch as well now.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they done the Blizzard College.
They're starting to pop up.
Yeah,
Right.
there's actually, believe it or not, it's not just America anymore.
I mean,
There's been a case, well, not a case, more of a people have started to get places in universities in Scotland, most of the Abertay University, because they have an esports team. And I know college is a bit different than over here, because you don't go to college to study a certain subject, do you? Well, you can, but it's like you also like...
That's exactly why you go to college. You don't.
No, but it's like...
I'm here at college to study the mysteries in the life and death of everything. No, you go to college to study law, fucking electrical engineering. Of course, you go to study single subjects.
But you also, but also in America, you also still need to do like mathematics and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, there's some basic courses that you have, in no matter what your degree plan is.
Yeah. So that's like why you need to get your grades up to a certain level. And I don't know the Americans.
The local community college near me, they're actually trying to start an esports team, and it's going to have the same rules as a sports team. You have to have a GPA of a 2.0. When you go out, you're representing the college itself, and other stuff like that. So, and that's just a community college, but.
So how do you feel about esports being part of the Olympics then, Rabbi?
I think if they're going to be a part of the Olympics, so if it's the Summer Olympics, they have to be playing the games over an active volcano.
Yes.
Or in like harsh conditions. If it's winter, like out in the blizzard, no hands, just it does take skills, but I always think of Olympics as physical sports. Yeah. And
let's have two people in VR kit standing at the opposite ends of the room for each other doing a boxing match.
There is a physical. Oh, go ahead, Tickles.
I think it makes perfect sense.
But you like
to have it over a volcano, or to have them in the Olympics?
All of it. No, right. Seriously, right. Like I know that I've used Dota as an example already for that, right? But how much money does the average Olympian make if they get gold? How much money do they get from sponsorships and all that shit? Yeah.
Well, look at Usain Bolt. I don't think he has to run ever again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean, though. In this case, like they do something over and over again to try to perfect their ability to do something like that, and it's the same thing here. And last year on Dota 2 for the international prize,
mental gymnastics
was the total prize pool for the international last year was 25,532,177. The fucking first place team, they got just between 5 players 11,234,000. And that's because they live and breathe Dota, just like a runner fucking sprint.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's people that pour like 10 hours a day just to become good at these games.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing. But the way I'm seeing it as, do you know how, if they are going to do this, I understand not having it in the Olympics, having it in fucking Rio de Janeiro and Russia and stuff. But do you know how you have the Olympics, but you have the Winter Olympics as well?
Yeah.
Then maybe it's also
But
time to have the eSports
you
Olympics.
can't have the
The
Winter
Digital
Olympics in the
Olympics.
summer,
Exactly.
though. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason they're disconnected.
But
is-
that doesn't make them not sports.
Yeah, but it's...
Like just because you need a downhill mountain with loads and loads of snow to do ski racing, it's still a sport. And I agree with Tickles here, is that these people train, some of them near enough their whole lives, well, not the whole lives, but like some of them train so hard to be as best as they can be. Like in South Korea, like I'm pretty sure their national sport now is StarCraft.
It's
Like
insane.
it's like, and people put so much time and effort into this. And I think if they had the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and the eSports Olympics, then not only would it give eSports a massive platform to shine and thrive, because it really should. There's people who saying that eSports is not a thing, in my opinion, are absolute idiots and have not decided to open their eyes yet. And like, I've ran off course. I've forgotten what I was saying.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Mentally challenged. But it's
The way I
people
see
need to
the
be
way-
recognised for their efforts.
The problem I see, right, is the way that I see the German government officials talking about it is they come from a generation where video games weren't really a thing. Do you know what I mean? They'd already had their kids before video games came about, and they're looking at people who do a marathon or ride a bike or do the long jump or do swimming. They're looking at that as like, that takes effort. He's sitting on his arse playing a video game. That's what I think they see. Do you know what I mean? And
You're
like,
right. That's what they do see.
yeah, and they're like, that takes no effort, it takes no skill, it takes no practice, and little do they realise. And there's the other side of the coin as well, is like, it's very easy for someone not of the video game era to look at someone who's running around a track much faster than everybody else, going, holy shit, that guy's good, right? But somebody for that generation is also going to look at Dota and go, do you know what's happening? I don't know what's happening. So there's that as well, do you know what I mean? So it's hard for, and these are the people that are in control of the governing bodies, so I don't think we'll see esports at the Olympics for at least another 10 years until people from our generations get into those positions of power. And they're like,
that,
esports is a thing, deal with it, bam, in the
You're gonna
Olympics.
have to choose the games very carefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to choose really carefully about the game, like, because if you choose Dota,
Yeah, exactly. You fall into that problem, don't you? People going, I
Yeah,
don't play
like-
this, I don't know what's happening. I can just hear
You
the
have it on
crowd scream.
Twitch.
Oh,
Like,
wait, and
I
them
stream
shouting.
Dota.
Yay!
I stream Dota, and then people come into my stream. And I have like, even the people that have been watching me for 2 years, they're like, I don't know what's going on. Bright lights, explosions,
Yeah.
but they don't know what's actually going on. You know?
Well, if I go to Twitch right now, right, the top games right now are League of Legends, Fortnite. Should I just make the ones that should be esports, or just say all of them? All right, all of them. League of Legends,
Say
Fortnite,
like
World of
the top five
Warcraft,
then.
then Just Chatting.
Just
Dota
chatting is an
2.
e-sport.
Right, Dota 2, Super Smash Bros, PUBG, and Counter Strike. That is the top line, right? And quite a few of them can be contenders for esports in their own right. Like, you know, you'd have to choose between, like, sorry, I'm about to really anger Mr. Tickles here, but in my opinion, Dota and League of Legends are just the same thing.
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally
Yeah.
get
Then you've got League of Legends and Dota, which are what are they officially classed as? MMOs? Obviously MMOs, but what else are they classed as?
What? Dota and League
Yeah,
and MOBAs.
MOBAs. There we
MOBAs,
go.
that's
So
it.
you got the MOBAs like
Massive
Dota,
online
League.
battle arena,
Yeah.
I think it is, or
So
multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah, and then you got the Fortnites and the PUBGs, which are the battle royales, and that's where you can get single stars as well as teams to shine. And then you've got games like Super Smash Bros as well, which are like remember how if you go and think of if you go to like more like retro games, right? People always think of Street Fighter being the main like competition one because of how much skill Street Fighter actually takes. Like, to actually be really good at Street Fighter, you need to be mental.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's kind of the same as like I saw someone in the chat going, they consider an Olympic sport as when they have to get engineers to come in to shave seconds off a lap time. Well, what about people playing Forza? Like people literally know those like.
But
those tracks in and
Forza
out.
can't be an
Speed
e-sport at
runner.
the Olympics. I mean, because car racing isn't a sport at the Olympics in the first place, so they can't like make a.
There's nothing. Maybe they should need to look into what actually they consider sports as well, because in my opinion, Formula One and rally driving are just as much of sports. It's the same as with like my favorite sports. Believe it or not, I like it. Well, are like X game sports. Like I love motocross so much. I love
Trial
you know,
biking.
Red Bull.
Trial biking's brilliant, man.
Red Bull X Fighters, right? There's the FMX one where it's a tricks competition. In my opinion, that is just as much of a sport as someone swimming swimming back and forth from a pool, because the amount of practice and like risk they have to put up with, and you know, one injury it could be all over.
Especially when you're fucking doing the big jumps and all that in the
Especially when
motocross.
you're
ain't it?
upside down with a big ass motocross bike above you, like, so if this lands on me, there is a chance I may die. Like,
I mean,
you need to consider what sports actually are. And in my opinion, I think the Olympics are too narrow. Like,
Yup.
sure, they've got quite a few sports, but they're too narrow.
they have ping pong.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
if
going to
they-
say.
If they
Badminton.
have ping pong, why should they not have ping pong VR? Because how cool would it be to be watching a ping pong match, but not only a ping pong match, right? All of a sudden, a fucking bolt of lightning hits the table and someone shoots over at 400 miles an hour. How, like,
Comes up
that would make ping
triple
pong.
double mega point multiplier.
Mario comes up and goes, "Hoo-yah!"
I'm just listening. I'm looking forward to the injury reports. Like, you know, so and so broke his leg while trying to break the world record in the 100-meter, and other so and so, his A key was not working on the keyboard. That's
We had a lag on team 2. Yeah, like it totally makes sense. But can I just say, I don't know who Happnin there. Oh hi. Why can't it be narrow? Well, we're in a situation in history right now that everything is changing. We're in the digital age. It's only in the past how long, like 10, 15 years, that things have started really kicking off. Like, Trust, you said it last week. It was how long ago since we were playing Resident Evil 2, the original. And then look at what we've got now. Like, everything,
It's a
everything
massive
is
difference.
changing.
Aye.
Yeah, everything is totally changing right now. And there's absolutely no difference between people trying to do some sort of objective mentally in a game and running on a field kicking a ball to each other.
I mean, what
It
about
takes the same strategy.
Olympics and just call it something different and just do that?
Yeah, exactly. Like I
Olympics.
was saying earlier, have the Olympics, have the Winter Olympics, and have the Olympics.
have it over the winter.
Yeah.
Maybe
do
no,
it
just
whenever.
have in the autumn. You know,
Aye, David.
just like, you know,
a different part of the year.
Olympics are in the summer, Winter Olympics are in the winter. Have this in. Can think. Actually, you know what? That fourth bit, you know, the fourth year, let's have the Extreme Olympics where we have our motocross and our backflips and our nitro games. Yeah, let's have that.
Aye, like I like the idea of that. Olympics, just make it its own thing.
Olympics. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Make it its own thing that cuts out all of this, right? Like those people that are getting offended that you're wasting the Olympics, they don't need to get offended. It's an Olympic style tournament with eSports. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's do that.
If it's Olympics as well, it will be so like, because everyone like the only problem I see about esports becoming Olympics, the only problem I have is the fact that there can be technical issues. Whereas I know, like for like the 100-meter sprint, the most technical issue you're gonna have is someone false starts. But apart from that, anything that goes over, it's fair game, right? They have rules and regulations to observe it, but that's it. Whereas, you know, like Trust, remember we were at Resonate, and there was a problem with one of the PCs, and they had to stop near enough the whole tournament because of this one PC. That's where I get, like, I understand. But maybe if they had an Olympic budget, then things would maybe run smoother. I don't know, but that's the only problem I can come up with right now as to why maybe esports isn't at that level yet.
Just
Like-
one band issue kills the whole event.
Yeah.
like you say, somebody's keyboard breaks mid-run, something stupid like that, do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, your leg can break mid-run. Do you know what I mean?
True that. Like, in the internationals, for Dota, sorry that I keep using this as an example, but they all they do is they pause the game. That's the thing. Like, if somebody is like, you'll occasionally see somebody saying like lag, and that's even in the internationals. There's servers dedicated to it, but there's always going to be some sort of issue at some point. Pause the game. That's it. And then you just restart the game whenever everyone's ready. If somebody's keyboard breaks, you just press F9, you pause it, you get a new keyboard. I'm sure they're gonna have spare keyboards. Or something like that, you know what I mean? And then like, all you do is replace the keyboard, unpaused.
Yeah.
But if somebody breaks their fucking leg halfway through a race,
I suppose they do that.
That's their game over.
Yeah.
They've already set a precedent with that in real sports. It's called American football, ain't it? They pause that every 2 seconds as well, don't they?
They're about to do it a lot today too, because it's the Super Bowl. So
Was
Was
it
there a
Super Bowl? Fucking
yeah,
hell.
Oh yeah, because I'm watching the wrestling later. Your halftime shows up from WWE. That makes me so happy.
every time that is a new sponsorship. So you know,
Aye. So like, I
we're
do
gonna
agree
call
with you,
another
Tickles.
timeout to figure out who did what.
If something like that happens, you could totally just pause. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't even, you don't have to have everybody. You're at an event, right? There's a PC that's a master PC that overrules everybody else's PC. And as soon as a key breaks, you just press that button and what happened? His keys broke. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's it.
And even if you don't break a leg, and if there's an issue, you like, you know, a false start and a 400-meter dash, you know, there's adrenaline going, which there would be in both cases, but they didn't, you know, not everyone else started off and used that physical exertion. And versus a video game, we're like, okay, we're going to start again from a do-over is 10 times easier in a video game than for the physicality side.
oh yeah.
Like, deadlifting 1,000 pounds. That's going to suck trying to do it again.
Yeah.
So.
You could just
I guess
imagine that as a part of the like, if the Olympics and eSports did go to the actual Olympics, you could just imagine those bodybuilders coming in and lifting like 2 gamers at one time like that. We managed 2 gamers. The one next one comes in, I got 3 gamers. Just lifting people.
Do you know what will be actually interesting? I've now my mind's going on this in terms of like how they'd monitor and regulate it and stuff. They might have to actually regulate what the esports competitors or athletes, I guess, if we could actually call them now, because they basically are now athletes, what they eat and drink. Because I started thinking about like, oh, you know, like, would they have to drug test them and everything? But when you actually think about it, all like, what if one of the players was
But
on
you have to
Adderall,
drug test the esports guys, and there's that one guy like that. I don't play good if I'm no high, man.
But like you could imagine it, like if you know there's a certain supplement that's, you know, does better than others, or
I think there's a drink that sells itself for being focuses your.
I've got 2 tubs of it.
Does that help?
Those players taking gin.
Do you know what I use it for?
Drinks a litre, paints
No.
a Warhammer.
I use it for pre-workout.
I'm so fucking hyped for this game. Places figurine. Yes.
I use it for pre-workout. I know. Look at me. Believe it or not, I know what a gym is. But yeah, like, would they have to like maybe drug test them?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And if
Just
that's 'cause,
imagine-
like,
Oh, go ahead.
could you imagine that? Like, did you hear about Shroud? Aye, he's on the caffeine.
Could you imagine that the Olympic Village, because they're all gamers and none of them want to leave the room, so it's just like so empty in there instead of socializing.
Could you imagine like someone getting in trouble? Like, could you imagine fucking Cloud9 and FaZe getting into a fight? Like Cloud9 and FaZe getting into a fight because like Cloud9 sent a woman into FaZe's room and they all just froze and went.
Playing
You
the
wouldn't find
mind
person
games.
to be over Reddit. So
Is it my birthday?
It's like a girl walks in and they're all like, they just come to the arena next day like,
What's why Trust didn't get S rank? Oh man, don't even talk about that. That's gave me trauma. See
Do you know what?
that.
I'm gonna go away and actually full on think about the whole esports and the Olympics thing.
Right, cool.
Why?
Well, I'll give you something
We're
to laugh at
decided.
the new, right? Has anybody seen that Shaggy is going to be entering, or there's a petition to get Shaggy into Mortal Kombat 11? Have you seen this? And
Yeah.
it all descends from like Dragon Ball Super having the Ultra Instinct thing and this meme right here.
2 ways, punk. 1, you walk away.
It was beautiful though.
2, I walk on your face.
I'm sorry, just to say, I actually thought you meant Shaggy like it wasn't.
Oh, like it wasn't me. That's it. Help me on the camera.
Am I muted? Are we muted right now?
No, we can still hear his up.
Okay, yeah, I actually thought it was Shaggy.
No, Shaggy for Scooby-Doo.
Have you not seen the memes? People have been all of a sudden Shaggy's become this sort of deity. Like, oh yeah, the only reason that the Scooby-Doo villains get away with some stuff is because Shaggy hasn't activated 1% power level yet.
Come on over here, Scoobs. We're gonna take him down.
That's really good.
That was good.
Can you just imagine him taking like one puff of the Mary Jane and go, I'm at 2% power level. And time just slows down.
Bring it on, paranormal dicks.
Aye, so Shaggy Ultra Instinct, man. We'll see how many people have actually voted. Thunder, you just fucking jumped on my keyboard, you bastard. Cunt. But I will have a look at this and see how many people have actually signed the petition. Fans petition for Shaggy to be in Mortal Kombat 11. We've had our fair share of ridiculous requests, but it seems that one fan's request to make Shaggy a DLC character for NetherRealm's upcoming fight on Mortal Kombat 11 is no longer ridiculous, as the game's director Ed Boon played along. Much has been said about Mortal Kombat 11's guest characters in the past week, as the game announcement was followed by a flurry of inquiries and suggestions of various characters old and new alike. One fan, however, took it one step further and created a petition at change.org calling for Shaggy, the goofball from Scooby-Doo cartoons, to be included in the NetherRealm's installment to the Combat franchise. The petition gained some serious traction in the meantime, and it's time for at the time of writing, a total of 203,000 fans are interested in getting Shaggy into Mortal Kombat 11. Their reasons are almost as hilarious. The petition ranging from he's the hero that we deserve and make Shaggy great again to suggesting that he can kill a god. So us bands for Dragon Ball Super and Goku's ascension to Ultra Instinct and how it was this pure mega power level, and somebody thought, I'm gonna give that to Shaggy, and it's fucking brilliant.
Do you know, I'm just wondering, right? Imagine if Kratos versus Shaggy, who would win?
According to the meme, Shaggy, because Ultra Instinct is king. His body defends itself without you having to think about it. Whereas Kratos has to think what he's doing in those milliseconds where he's thinking about it. That's where Shaggy will beat him.
Can you just imagine that crossover episode? Like just shy, like them all going, gee gang, what was that? Just from the gods, you're Kratos.
Oh, Kratos.
Boy,
I
get
just-
the dog.
I'd play the fuck out that game.
Yeah.
I would play the fuck out of Shaggy in Mortal Kombat as well, man. I'd actually get it and
Put it this way, right?
practice some Shaggy.
I'll make a straight up promise. If Shaggy gets put in that, not only will I buy Mortal Kombat, I will main Shaggy. I don't care if he's actually shit. I will main Shaggy.
What does he do for a distance attack? Does he throw a bong at him? Does he light a joint, light it, and like throw it at the eye?
Scooby Snacks.
Picks up his dog.
Oh, Scooby Snacks, yeah.
He lulls you in with a false sense of
Oh,
security.
he calls in Scooby, and he just went for the leg. There we go.
That would be quite good if
Or
they
mauls
do
him from the
that.
back.
Aye.
Do you
Power
know
up,
how they-
man. Scooby comes in, gives Shaggy some shoot Scooby snacks, and his health goes back up a bit. Like that. Yes.
Runs away.
I hope like they make like an orchestral version of the Scooby Doo soundtrack, but it has to be like the 2006 skate punk version, you know, the Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Just imagine that on like a massive orchestral set as he comes in and just lowers himself down through this like array of blue smoke and Scooby snacks coming down. Actually, it would be blue smoke, it would be grey smoke, because you know what? Let's just have Snoop Dogg in there as well.
Yeah, just shows up in the van. Slide door opens up. Snoop Dogg's in there. Y'all have a good time, and then the fight starts.
But yeah, just before we finish the podcast, I'd like to reiterate that IndiScots are taking part in the Game Blast 19, which is to help special effect charity, guys. If you want to take part, you're more than welcome. Join our Discord. We'll figure out something that we can do together. You can take part in the relay that's on the 23rd. It's from the 22nd to the 24th. So thank you guys for watching. And here's a wee video for the special effect. It's a different one than we watched earlier. This is a girl called Jada.
I'm Kerry, I'm Jada's mom. Jada is almost 9, has always wanted to play computer games but never been able to. Jada's got cerebral palsy and finds fine motor skills very difficult, so the hand controls are extremely difficult. She's now got switches, a large switch for the main jumping and shooting, and then the smaller switches and joysticks, which is good for her fine motor skill because she has to use a joystick. Once Jada got the equipment, that was her off, and her words were, "I'm now a gamer," and she's been playing it and having a time of her life. Also, it's something she can play with her friends and not be excluded. She's now in the mainstream, playing games with mainstream children. She's now like her friends, or her and her dad will sit and play football. It's just having fun, and it's lovely to watch, absolutely lovely to watch. I just think special effects are amazing, and what they've done for Jada has been amazing. And thank you so much.
I'd have to somehow like share my screen with you, but also stream it.
So there you go, guys. That's the special effect charity. As you can see, they really do change people's lives and they make it better. So thank you for Tickles for joining us this week. Thank you for joining us, Scottish Rabbi, and Viper. You're still no getting my corner, yeah, wee tiny bastard. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.
See ya.
We'll build this network on Scots with soul. We'll build this network. Scots and soul. Are we getting a clean outro? Build this network on Scots with soul. Had to remind them to screw the outro.